What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another 7 o'clock premiere. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a returning subscriber as always, guys. Welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, I did this story last year, and some of you guys might remember this. The story's out of Detroit, Michigan. Shout out Detroit. And it's about this little girl right here. Ladies and gentlemen, this little girl, may she rest in peace, who's no longer here with us on this planet. Her name was Harmony Henderson. Like I said, 3 years old. She was non-verbal autistic. This little girl was entrusted to this woman right here to babysit her one night. This lady's name is Aisha Harris. She was 30 years old last year, so we're assuming she's 31 right now. This woman babysitted little Harmony and killed her in a most horrific way, and the reasoning behind it, which will be explained to you in this, will leave you with your jaw dropped of why she did this little girl the way she did, and the reason that, you know what, I'm not gonna cuss in this video or nothing. I'm gonna try it again. Take a look at the story. She was in court recently and was sentenced. And you tell me if the punishment fits the crime for the amount of viciousness that she showed this little girl. Roll it.
Really hard to believe. They say that this was a woman, a family friend, a babysitter that we trusted. We're talking about 3-year-old Harmony Henderson. She has autism and actually cannot speak. She was with that babysitter last weekend on Sunday when she was allegedly doused with scalding water. And then the babysitter took her head and smashed it in the bathtub.
I didn't cry so much. I don't even know if there's no more tears left in there.
They trusted their family friend, 30-year-old Aisha Harris, who would babysit little Harmony Henderson often.
I would never in a million years thought she would do this to my baby.
This week, Marquise Henderson had to read his daughter's autopsy report.
Blunt force trauma. Blunt force trauma. A 3-year-old autistic baby.
Harmony had autism and could not speak. She was doused with scalding water on her face and head. Then her head was smashed into the side of the bathtub, allegedly by Harris, who Detroit police say confessed to the crime.
Okay, even if you think you trust the person, you can't.
Mom, Paris England, left Harmony with Harris Sunday at her home on Detroit's west side. Harris apparently locked Harmony and her own 1-year-old in a bedroom so she could smoke weed with a friend for 3 hours. Harmony threw up on herself, enraging Harris, leading to the horrific abuse in a bathtub. When Paris video called afterwards to check in, Harmony was still alive. Harris said she fell down a stair and bumped her head.
From my knowledge, it was just a fall down the stairs, that she just missed her step, and that's all it was. She told me everything was okay, and that was it. Like, I sent her through the video chat. She was okay.
But when Paris got there the next morning, Harmony was in bed motionless.
Yeah, she was already dead from the moment I got there. Yeah, she was gone.
They say she died sometime overnight. 911 was never called. Harris, charged in court with murder, remanded to custody Thursday, the same day of Harmony's viewing.
Like, the way this sun is shining on me now, I feel like that's my baby. She with me. She letting, it's gonna be okay.
Harmony's funeral is tomorrow. Now, we know this is not a uniquely Detroit problem, but we did talk to Detroit police to get some statistics on child abuse. We're told so far this year, since the first of the year, their child abuse unit has received 420 reports of child abuse that they're investigating. And last year, in 2023, they had about 2,400 reports of child abuse.
Tonight on The Edge, a Southfield babysitter who killed an autistic toddler by smashing her head into a bathtub is sentenced now for her brutal crime.
Tears ran down the faces of the little girl's grieving family as they faced her killer in court. Fox News' Jessica Dudek has more on their message to the murderer.
This is one of those stories that sticks with you. The most innocent of victims killed by a woman that the family trusted for decades, who's now pled guilty to the crimes.
She was already dead from the moment I got there.
Last spring, this family had just read the autopsy report for 3-year-old Harmony Henderson. She has autism and cannot speak.
Blunt force trauma. a 3-year-old autistic baby.
They trusted Harmony with babysitter Aisha Harris, a longtime family friend who's now convicted for pouring scalding hot water on the child's face and head, then smashing her head repeatedly in a bathtub. She was upset the toddler threw up on herself.
She was only 3. She barely said a couple words. She didn't bother nobody.
In court Thursday, a mother weeps as a child killer is sentenced. A wall of nearly 30 Wayne County Sheriff's deputies stood by. The last hearing, a brawl erupted between the families and deputies were hurt.
Just the thought that she suffered. I can't get that out of my mind. She suffered.
There's a twist before the sentence is handed down. Harris decides she doesn't want to come to court because our cameras were rolling. She said it was for her safety, something Judge Kelly Ramsey said was disingenuous because her mugshot is already everywhere.
This has been a press case before, so her face is known.
Henderson only coming in if we blur her face. Fox 2 agreeing only to protect the family from a delay in the hearing.
I hate you so much. You did me bold, bro.
The judge holding up a so-called apology letter from Harris.
But the 6 letters here, I sorry. Barely reaches an apology.
Then handing down a 28 to 50-year prison sentence. At the earliest, she'd be out before her 60th birthday.
I believe that you're going to suffer in jail. Oh, you're not going to make it. They're going to get you. They will. You're going to pay for what you did to her. You will.
We also know that Harmony was alive for at least several hours after the abuse, but her babysitter never called 911 and told her mom that she'd fallen down the stairs. Jessica Dupinack on The Edge.
Unacceptable. That sentence is absolutely unacceptable. You give somebody that killed the child daylight, the opportunity to see daylight, instead of they said it was 2,400 cases, and this is just in, I guess it was Detroit or Michigan, the state of Michigan, year before last, in child abuse, or cases of child abuse. The hell is going on here? Seriously. They gave this woman a sentence where she could get out by the time she's 60 years old, but that little girl couldn't get out of that house after she abused her. You beat and you mercilessly beat a 3-year-old nonverbal autistic little girl that seemed like she was happy in life. You knew both the parents, was friends with one of them at least. And you do this to their kid in one night. Said she locked up the kids, because that wasn't the only kid that was there. There were multiple kids. She locked up the kids to go smoke weed with a friend. Then came back, seen the girl threw up on herself, got enraged because she's blowing her high, poured scalding water on her, and then bashed her head into a bathtub repeatedly, over and over and over again. No excuse. How is any real justice performed with this? She gets to eat, gets to laugh, gets to get complacent, gets to get used to her environment, where this little girl won't see nothing, feel nothing, or hear nothing ever again. That's not equality when it comes to justice. They should have put her in the coffin and buried her alive right after the sentence. She gonna write up there on a apology letter, I sorry. What the fuck is I? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? There are some things sorry don't fix, and this is one of them. Did you see the little picture of the little girl running in there happy? I guess she was coming home from school or just to see her parents or whoever. That's what a child is. No worries like adults. No stress. We put that on them as people, whether we're the parent or not. You couldn't watch kids. Well, I'm sure you was getting paid for it. Overnight. One time in your life, you can't be uncomfortable for a job you signed up to do. You couldn't do it. That falls on you. Don't fall on nobody else. For them to sit her in court and give her preferential treatment, don't show my face. You put my life in danger. they showed that baby's face and she ain't even here no more. I'm going to tell you, if you paid attention, they said the families was fighting before, so it was a lot of cops in there. You know who you ain't seeing that second time they was in there? The dad. So I'm more than sure I know he feel a certain kind of way. You know what I'm saying? And my hat go off to him, because for him to sit up there and smile and after knowing his child is going in such a vicious way, I know that got to hurt him inside. See, me, something like that, I'd never get past it. I would never get past that. You know what I'm saying? God only puts things on you that he know you can bear. Something like that I can't bear. I can't. It's a damn shame that nowadays people don't see children as children and get mad at them and do things to them leading up to their death, when they can stop at any moment before doing it and sitting back and saying, wait a minute, this is a kid. What am I doing here? Nobody self-reflects. Said burned her with scalding water. So that means you had to get that water hot to burn her. So the whole time you already had in your head some sick, devilish, sadistic stuff of what you was going to do to a child that threw up on herself and can't help it. I'm telling you, you lucky I don't have a say in how things go in the punishment system here. Because I'm telling you, I would take motherfuckers out of here in the snap of a finger. It'd be the greatest magic act ever. Disappearing act. You be here one day and the next you're gone. We're not going to pussyfoot around with this, walking you in court and all of this stuff. And you don't show my face. Get the fuck. I'm at a loss for words with this. Just the horrifying way that she did her. You burned her first. That wasn't enough punishment for her. Then you had to take and smash her head against a bathtub multiple times. Then put her on FaceTime. Oh, she right here, she fell. Always something stupid, and there's always a bathtub involved. Whether they fuck the kid up somewhere else and then pour water on them to try to make them wake up. Always something. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. May Harmony Henderson rest in peace. Prayers and condolences, as always, go to the family, and hopefully they can get past this, even though the void in their heart will never be filled, especially with the justice system pulling some bullshit like they did in that today. I mean, when this happened last week. See you in the next video. Take care.